Hi, welcome back to My Cup of TV with Jenny,
JG
and Kat.
So, Vampire Diaries, Season 3, Episode 14. This is called...
When you say it like that, there's so many episodes. When you binge watch it at home, you don't really pay attention, do you?
No.
To like what episode you're on, you're just like, oh yeah, la 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 la.
So it's Dangerous Liaisons.
Whoa.
I could do with more of that in my life.
So last time it was Mum turned up.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. I was going to say, I feel like last time we were all like, at the end.
Yeah.
Mum turned up.
Okay.
Yes. The siblings are all out.
Yeah.
We've got our first look at Finn and Cole.
And they were not happy.
No, they were
Rightfully
not.
so.
Yeah.
I reckon that if Mum didn't turn up, they would have killed him.
They can't kill him.
Can't kill him, but I think they would have caused an immense amount of pain.
I'm sure we've had this conversation. How do you kill a hybrid?
You can't.
A hybrid, you have to cut off
Klaus.
their head or rip out their heart, but
Klaus.
not Klaus,
Why
because
not?
he's an original.
You can't kill him.
Does it work with the stabby and the stick and the oak tree?
The stabby sticky oak tree.
Yeah, does that
No.
work?
Not on. We
Klaus.
don't think that works on Klaus. do
The daggers don't work on Klaus. The white oak
we?
stake,
Yeah.
yes, works on Klaus.
But,
But it was
only
destroyed,
one
yeah.
and it burnt, right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Please remember to like, comment and subscribe in the comments. Which Vampire Diaries character would you like to have a dangerous liaison with?
Oh, come on. We know what your answer is.
I would like a collaboration.
No. You
Yeah,
can't.
both agreed. You just said which character,
One. You can only have
singular.
one.
Singular.
Okay, Damon. And for the ladies, I'd pick Caroline.
Okay.
But if Jenna was still an option.
Although his character is young in the show, we know the actor himself is not young, so Jeremy.
Yeah.
And for ladies, Lexi.
Yeah.
So.
I don't know.
Well, so you pushed me for an answer.
Yeah, but we know you had one.
Erin's are Matt and Caroline.
Yeah.
Don't even need it here.
Oh no, I'd also tempted of Tyler.
I think Alaric.
Mm.
Females.
Oh no, I can't have Caroline because I need Catherine. Love Catherine.
Oh God. Think who there is.
Or was.
Or
Can you
was.
think
And
of-
also Jenna.
Jenna was gorgeous, yeah.
Yeah.
Hot auntie.
Yeah. Jenna was alright.
Any word on who's behind all these attacks?
No.
I remember I suspected Matt.
There's no real suspects at all.
I don't think it is. I wasn't supporting.
And I hope it's not, but
Thank you for everything today. Really.
Get on, Seth.
Thanks.
Mr. Dependable.
oh, I don't like it. Oh, don't like it. Oh! It's a scam. They're making you get out of the car. Oh my god. Once I'm in my car, if I hit anyone, I don't get out.
As much. Rebekah. Surprise. You drove a dagger through my back, Elena. It hurt. Elijah.
Leave.
Ooh.
Oh.
Are you challenging?
You're pathetic.
We don't argue with Elijah.
Mm.
Both of you.
Can we just clarify something?
Mm.
That you don't hit people with your car. Once I hit someone with my car, I don't get it.
What I meant was
If I did.
that too. Yeah. What I meant was
Usually when I reverse
yeah.
into people, I just
Usually
stand
when
up.
I do that, fuck them. No. It's basically that just being aware of that things can happen and people could do things to your car to try and make the woman get out of the car. So basically, whatever happens once you're in the car, sorry mate, I'm not getting out. I will be like, put the window down that much. Are you okay? Good. I'm
Saying,
carrying on.
don't implicate yourself on camera.
Yeah, that's it.
Invitation. Please join the Mikalsons family this evening at 7 o'clock for dancing, cocktails, and celebration.
Who the hell are the Mikalsons?
The original family.
Well, it's an event.
Right.
Yeah, of course.
In the back.
They know where they've moved to.
I think-
Rebekah? Tell me how handsome I am.
No, Cole, you know I can't be compelled.
You went after Elena. What is wrong with you?
Here we go.
Do you want another dagger in your heart?
Again with the dagger threats? Don't you have any other tricks?
Oh, go back to staring at yourself.
I love watching sibling dynamics though.
Rebekah wasn't even out of her box a day before she tried to ruin my life. What happened to peace? Acceptance? I just don't understand. I killed you and still you forgive me.
Because he can't forgive.
I think there's more to this than just some family reunion. Can we go back in time to the old Stefan? Cared if Elena lived or died? Before. It's your job now.
Oh.
Oh my god.
Damn.
I don't like it. They're getting all the main characters in one room. They're gonna kill them.
Why
Damon Salvatore. Have we met? I've met a lot of people. And you don't particularly stand out.
Pretty.
Yeah. But who just has a dress like that lying around?
This is Mystic Falls. They must have a dress shop in town for events.
This was my Miss Mystic Falls option 2 outfit.
Yeah.
She does it gorgeous.
Shall we?
Oh.
Make a decision, Elena.
So she doesn't want to wear the dress that
Yeah.
he gave. Yeah. Oh, that is lovely. Can we pause for 1 second, please? Because I have a question, and I don't want to miss anything. Why did Klaus invite Caroline? I just feel like I've missed this whole.
Because he's been sending her gifts and stuff for a little while.
That's it, isn't it? It's when she was dying and he came
Yeah.
in. Right.
He
Okay.
left her a bracelet.
That was it. That was
Yeah.
it. Okay. Okay. So we think that he's trying
Didn't
to
he heal her,
manipulate
though?
her.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
healed her.
yeah.
For a bracelet.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you. I forgot that bit.
Thank you for joining us.
He looks
You
nice.
know, whenever my mother
Good-looking
brings our
family.
family together like this, it's tradition for us to commence the evening with a dance.
How does everyone know how to dance like this? I have a lot of questions about this town.
Tyler needs to come back. I mean, that's just salt in the wound, isn't it? I sired you, so you're messed up. You have to go away and try and get unmessed
Yeah.
up. And while you're away, I'll steal your girl.
You're quite the dancer.
Well, I've had training. I happen to be Miss Mystic Falls.
Oh,
Going text. What are we doing in here?
So what do we think about that? Elena's having Stefan take out Damon because Damon's going to stop her going.
I think Elena sometimes plays with fire a little bit with those two, like, because she knows they both want to do what she, like, they've kind of switched over. Like, Damon wants to keep her safe, Stefan seemingly doesn't care, obviously does care, but doesn't care anymore. So she kind of, like, plays them off against each other to be like, well, you want me to make my own decision, so you need to do this so that I can do that. Rather than, like, it's not, I don't think it's a necessarily fair way to do it. I'm not saying Damon's correct. But
Yeah, this is maybe the first time that you kind of think you're using the brother that you need in that situation
Yeah.
for what you know, you're going with who's going to give me my own way.
Yeah.
But on the other hand,
she did try to reason with Damon,
yeah,
though, didn't
that's
she?
what I mean. On the other
Yeah.
hand,
That wasn't her
Damon
first
is
choice.
not respecting her decision,
Yeah.
but that has been Damon all the way through.
Yeah.
If he feels like she is in danger, he will.
I don't necessarily think she's in danger here, though. Do you?
We don't know.
It's a risk.
It's an
'Cause we
unknown.
don't
It's
know.
a risk, but I don't.
But I also don't agree with, just because that's the way Damon's been the whole way through, you would ideally want to see growth and learning from a character or from a person. But yeah, as you say, he's been this very headstrong person all the way through. And that's where they've butted heads a lot, because should he be respecting her own agency?
Yes, I agree with that, but I'm also like, if I said to you, there's this person who's tried to kill me before, they want me to go here alone with them, they said I have to go alone, I'm going to go.
Oh yeah, I get it. Is there some red flags?
You know, you would step in and say, actually, I don't, think this is a good idea, I don't think you're safe. It's all very murky, isn't it?
We don't know enough about the history of the doppelganger or whatnot as to be like, okay, would this witch want to kill Elena and what would they gain from that? I don't know. Because also if the mum doesn't want Klaus to be able to make any more hybrids, then does the mum have a vested interest in getting rid of her blood so that she, by that symptom, controls what Klaus can do? I think the damage that Klaus can do.
That's what it is. It's all an unknown.
Yeah. But I think the mum would... I think the mum would have potentially some greater good in mind. But she would want to control the damage that Klaus can do.
Yeah. I just think it's a very interesting move from Elena to have Stefan go against Damon so that she can do.
Well, we spoke about this in the last episode, didn't we? Of that she is no longer this butter wouldn't melt pure on a pedestal. She's manipulating the situation, and do you know what? I don't blame her.
And do you know what? She is
good
still a good person.
She is,
as well.
Yeah. It's not like she's become a horrible person at her core.
It's almost she's lost what you would say maybe could have been naivety before, that everyone can be saved and everyone has good in them.
And she's showing a bit of manipulation for the situation that she's been given or been put in. So, hey, don't exactly blame. It's like she's becoming more street smart, almost, you know?
And in a way, we've seen the role reversal of before... Stefan was always there for her. He had her back all the time. Damon was the wild card, but every now and then she might side with Damon over Stefan on something. Whereas here, it's now Damon has been the dependable one who has been there and had her back. Yeah. And now she's turning to Stefan, who is currently the wild card.
Yeah.
I'm not talking to you until you tell me why you invited me here.
So juvenile, I fancy you.
I've gathered them together to perform a ritual. The first step requires blood from the doppelganger. Only a drop.
Again, clarifying just a drop saves a lot of confusion and drama.
But tonight's spell links all my children together so that if one goes, they all go.
But I like Elijah. Actually, he's the only one that can compete with my bias for Jeremy.
Oh, I'm a vampire. Let's go back inside. I've got all the fresh air I need.
She changed her mind.
She's
seen he's a nice guy.
Small act of kindness.
Yeah. She's like, oh, okay, maybe you're not a dick. I shouldn't be a dick either.
Cheers.
Is champagne usually red? Rosé, you can get.
It's where we find out it's some really, really expensive champagne that we're not aware of because we're not rich.
I wonder if she's going to stop now. Oh.
Your father didn't love you, so you assume that no one else will either. And that's why you compel people, or you sire them, or you try to buy them off. But that's not how it works. You don't connect with people because you don't even try to understand them.
It's true. He'll have to
She hit every nail on the head there.
He'll have to get real and drop the bravado.
You're mad at me for including Stefan?
No, I'm mad at you because I love you.
Oh. Well, maybe that's the problem. No. That's not what I...
No, I got it, Elena.
Oh, no. She said don't.
Matt Donovan.
Cole Michelson.
Hey. Easy on the hand. As a quarterback.
That's good timing for once.
Far be it from me to cause a problem.
In fairness, he was trying to save Matt, so...
Yeah. And also, he won't die. He'll wake up in a minute. That original, right? Same as like with... Yeah, he'll wake up. So it was just more of a punch in the face.
The problem is it fits in perfectly with Damon's usual pattern of behaviour.
Yeah.
It's now self-destructive because they're like, fine, you want me to be that way, I'll be that way. So
No, I
he's
mean,
leaning into
normally, something like that happens with Elena. He goes off the deep end and kills someone. So, I don't exactly blame them for thinking that, because walking in on that she's going to think, oh, he's just done what he always does.
But I also like the fact
But
that
it's a reaction because he's kind of just been rejected almost.
But also he doesn't bother to try and...
No.
He didn't stand there and go, he was going to kill Matt, which would have solved that, which would have...
Yeah, he does his
Whatever,
Damon
he's
thing
like,
of, yep, I'm the
I'm
bad
a
guy.
dick.
Yeah, so that's what I mean. It's self-destructive. He's allowing them... It's self-sabotaging. He's allowing them to think bad of him.
Yeah.
Whereas if I don't know, if Matt leans over and be like, oh, sorry, he was just helping me. Like, I don't know. Maybe it'll turn out.
Whilst it's paused, that scene with Elena and Damon, where he said that he loves her and she said, well, that's a problem.
Yeah, that was interesting because it was said in a reflex, but you know, like sometimes that shows more truth. So is she still leaning towards hope with Stefan? I don't know.
I'll be honest, that scene pisses me off. Because, and yes, this may be coming from a point of being Damon biased and loving him. Him loving you's not a problem when you want to use it.
Yeah, for sure.
So that's where my anger comes in.
We've discovered she's not above manipulation when it serves her, for sure.
I did think that was a little bit harsh, like...
Although her instant regret shows that maybe that's not...
I don't think...
how she meant that, or what she was trying to say.
Horrible. Yeah.
I do think there's some level of she's not... I think she knows how she feels about him, but I think there's some kind of like wrestling with how you feel about feeling that way. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think she's then sort of trying to fight, like...
She's getting these glimmers of hope from Stefan as well, though.
Yeah, she's trying to fight against it, and then Stefan's kind of doing what Stefan's doing.
Yeah, that's what I don't...
reasonable.
I don't think it was malicious from her.
No, I think she's just lashing out in general.
Yeah.
Because again, she's what, 18?
Yeah.
Like you said, a step back from them would be good for her,
for both,
but she's not getting a breather from either of them.
No.
But yeah.
Yeah, I think she needs some space and time to work out actually what she wants from the situation rather than...
Because their love, whether it's Stefan in love with her, with his humanity there, or Damon, it's kind of all-consuming and taking away her agency. So in a way, she's kind of rebelling and being like, fuck you, I'm going to make my own decisions because I'm the fucking doppelganger and I can... She has a right to a say in this as well, you know? So, get it. Yeah. It's complicated.
Just give up already.
Oh, thank you for your honesty.
What was with him going after Cole?
Damon being self-destructive. I said something I didn't mean.
So did I.
Oh, because he said that he didn't... That she was correct and that he doesn't love her anymore.
Possibly.
What are you doing?
Well, let's see. I went to a dance and got my hand crushed. Found out that I don't have health insurance, so I just needed a minute to myself. Burn. Rejected by the captain of the football team.
But it's hard for a human to be around any of them. They're inevitably going to get hurt in some way.
Besides, we'd have broken in a second.
You suggesting I can't be gentle?
No. We're the same responsible, a little more durable. That's all.
And who would that be?
This is one of the most realistic things that's happened.
Yeah.
Like a half-drunk hookup.
Between two super hot people.
Yeah. Good for them.
I ship it.
Yeah.
Actually, the reason I would ship it is Rebekah clearly shows us all she wants is someone to just love her and
Yeah.
put her first. Look at how Damon was pining for Catherine. That Damon is exactly what Rebekah wants. And he likes him a bit wild, like Catherine. She's wild.
Yeah. It's interesting though, isn't it? It's almost like Rebekah and Damon could actually just be who they are with each other,
Yeah.
rather than trying to be versions of themselves that they're not
Yeah.
to meet expectations of other people. It's a bit like we saw a glimmer of that with Damon and Rose.
Yeah.
Where like, because you're vampires, you'll have a level of understanding and authenticity that you can't have with many other people. So in a way, they could be a good match for each other. Even if, I'm not saying it has to turn into some big romantic love story, even if they're just friends that have a bit of fun, and who knows, there could be just a genuine camaraderie there, who knows. But I'm happy for them, because I think they can lean on each other now. They haven't found that in anyone else really so
No.
far.
So where to start with unpacking this one?
A lot
Obviously, we started with their disappointment that Esther was reuniting the family, not trying to destroy it. And we got the invitations to the ball.
She's a bit of a mastermind, Esther.
I like the small details of them being the Mikalsons. Because obviously, like, they were Vikings, so it would be Michael's son.
Yes.
So the surname would be Mikalson. That's
Yeah.
how it works in those cultures.
Yeah.
Yeah.
From those times, yeah.
Even now, in I think like Norway, Sweden,
Yeah, it does work.
Iceland,
Yeah.
that's how it works.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's cool. I mean, hell of an elaborate mask to a plan. Props to them. They're an age-old family that got money. But I love it. Like, she's only just woken up, and like, the next night she's like, let's have a ball, get this house ship shape. Everyone looks amazing.
Yeah.
She don't look like she's been at rest for 1,000 years. She looks good.
Although, to be fair, I think I'd look good with 1,000 years of rest.
Yeah, that's all we all need.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it was interesting that she has done a bit of a 180 where she tried to desperately preserve her family. And interesting enough, 1,000 years away from Michael, who his influence, again, it was ego, it was my family, this. And yet she's had 1,000 years alone with the witches, who are obviously a lot more about nature and the balance. And then she's come back, she's woken up with like, I think that was a mistake. And she's been able to sit there and look at all of the violence and destruction they've been doing. And she's like, I need to correct this. So it's interesting.
Yeah. And also, I think she, at the time, was trying to save the people that they were. They're not the same
They're
people
not.
1,000 years later.
Yeah. And maybe that's why one of her sons said, I'd be ready to die.
Finn.
Maybe. Because maybe he feels like they are unnatural. Who knows?
And they were all turned against their will. They didn't choose to be turned. So,
Yeah. And it's not like he can, if he ever wanted, we don't know, but maybe he's like, well, I can't father children. I can't, so I'm okay going to rest if that's
and
not.
he's been in his coffin for 900 years. So,
The world is a different place for him. Yeah, it's interesting. Not all of them would necessarily wake up and be like, cool, let's embrace this new world.
yeah.
He might be like, I don't like it, I don't feel like I belong, I'm ready to die. I don't know. Yeah, interesting. But I just think it's interesting that, I know we haven't got all the pieces of the puzzle of what he thinks, but just on what we have got so far, I do think it's quite cool that they are saying that not all immortals feel the same way about their immortality.
Yeah.
So that's cool. But it's interesting though, so when she says undoing it, does she just mean obviously her family? She doesn't mean any other vampire that was made from them would die. She doesn't, like, I'm looking at you and you're not giving me any answers. Because I'm like, does Elena not understand maybe the full repercussions of if the originals die and all vampires die? because that would be a much more witch thing to do, to restore the balance. And vampires at their core are not meant to exist. So what if that would have a ripple effect of that? Because effectively their family tree, all vampires will come from them. So has she actually just signed the death warrant for all vampires?
Yeah, even she hasn't kind of asked any questions.
Yeah.
Also, she didn't really have a choice at that point. What was she going to do? Be like, no. Like...
It was a very intimidating situation. Although I did feel like Esther wasn't going to kill her. I felt like she was honest when she said, I only need a drop of your blood.
Yeah, which I think is true, but
yeah.
I don't necessarily think that...
Would she have had the agency, or would they have allowed her to refuse?
Finn was in there. They could have just taken it by
He wasn't, he'd left.
No, he left. It was just...
That's what you mean.
If
she had said no, what
do you do?
Yeah.
Like, what would have happened? Can witches become vampires?
Yes, but then they're not a witch anymore.
Right, okay.
I enjoy seeing the sibling dynamic with the originals.
Yeah.
How they've been separated and they've all done stuff to each other, yet with siblings or people you have grown up with, it very quickly slips back into those behaviours. Because I have a friend that I kind of grew up with, and I had gone like 10 years without seeing her. Bumped into her in the street within 5 minutes. It's exactly as it was.
Yeah.
And to see Klaus basically like, Mummy, Rebekah tried to break my thing.
Yeah. And it's interesting as well. I liked seeing more of the siblings awake around Klaus, and they're not intimidated by him. They're like, yeah, just because you're a fucking hybrid, whatever, get over yourself. Like, they're not intimidated by him. Whereas Klaus on his own, or even Elijah on his own, everyone was like, oh my God, the originals. Yeah. Which obviously, yes, compared to other vampires, where they are very big, all and powerful. But when you see them in isolation as the family, they're like, I'm not afraid of you, fuck off.
But I also think
like
some of them where Klaus has then, Klaus is the one that puts them in timeout or whatever. Like, they kind of have a united, like, he's a dick, sort of.
Yes.
Like,
he's the middle child.
He's the one that causes these issues for us, not
he's
the other way around. So, and
the
where they've all sort of helped him, like, been his, like, right hand, like, his favourite over the years or whatever, haven't they? And they're all sort of drifting away. Like, even Elijah's a bit like, I'm not sure about this.
Yeah, that's the thing, I'd be really sad about Elijah, even if it's just isolated to the family. But I suspect, I'm not sure it is, like, true powerful witch would restore the balance by getting rid of all vampires. In which case, I don't think Elena has fully understood what
so we
that's
say about Elijah. The episode is very much set up to make us feel that way about Elijah. I say make us, I think we would have felt it anyway. But I think they are amplifying and showing us the fact that the characters like Elena feel the same way we do.
Yes.
Which is, but Elijah, I mean...
But even the mum was like that.
Yeah.
When the brother said, oh, you'll change your mind, and she was like, oh, it's just Elijah, because...
Yeah. He's
so,
lovely, yeah. He's good.
I said earlier, he's not naive enough to believe she's just come back and wants everybody happy, everything's good. He's like, I don't know about that.
Yeah.
Because even Klaus, and I think, as I said, that what Elijah hasn't done, I think Klaus has done. I think he wants to believe it, so he's not asking the questions that Elijah is. And obviously they went after Matt.
Do we actually know the age order of the originals? Because at the moment I'm feeling like Elijah and Finn are potentially older. Yeah. And then Cole and Rebekah are younger. Klaus might be in the middle.
Cole's
because he's the
older than
dodgy
Rebekah,
middle
though,
child.
because she said, help your younger sister out.
Yeah, help your little sister. So she might be the baby.
Yeah.
Okay. Is that...
I think so.
Yeah, okay.
The baby
or they had a younger brother as well.
Yeah.
Obviously he died. Yeah. But yeah, they went after Matt. I really liked some of the, and it's interesting because without humans in there to ground you back to reality, you would quite forget. And I liked the fact that obviously with just the little honest shivery, he's got nothing to gain, moment that she was like, oh, okay. But also at the end when he brought it back to his reality of like, I've got my shift, I don't have health insurance.
Yeah.
This is like, if I get to go to college, he's a quarterback, that's all he's got. Has that now ruined his one shot? Like, it very much grounded back to, you might be immortal and fucking rich and not care, but this is my reality and this is all I've got.
Human problems.
Yeah. And I just thought, oh, that made me really sad.
But
I liked that, having that in the show. I thought that was good.
Well, I would say, like, so far, Matt has always been our kind of connection to humanity, human stuff.
Yeah.
And I'd say Jeremy as well usually was that person that...
Yeah.
Yes, obviously Rebekah changed her mind. Tried to then talk to him at the end.
Which I respect her trying to, you know... But you also got to respect him for not wanting any of that. Yeah.
But I think, again, it just shows Rebekah just wanting love.
Yeah, because Mum's come back, but it doesn't seem like she's, you know, particularly all nurturing, is she? She's busy trying to kill everybody.
Yeah, and I think we've just seen so far from Rebekah, she just wants to be loved. She wants a relationship, you know, she...
Yeah, being the youngest and the only girl, can relate. It's hard. It's not like you know, so she's obviously not getting the love or the warmth or the validation, anything. You know, in that family, she's just the only girl. She's the youngest little, you know, she's given this role of, oh, you're the annoying little sister, whatever. She's not respected as a woman there. So yes, standalone, she may get that, but yet she still will never get rid of this longing for that love.
I also feel like, you know, where everything as a vampire is heightened and amplified, I feel like Rebekah is a romantic. Do you know what I mean? So she's always maybe had this idea of wanting the love and the white wedding and the white picket fence and all of that, and then as a vampire she's so desperate for it, which is why she lashes out so much.
And maybe that's why she got that glimmer from Matt when he gave her that genuine coat on her, just a little bit of chivalry.
So, I mean, there was
that was not forced, and she was like, oh.
And there was no expectation.
No.
Nothing to gain from him doing it.
Yeah, it was genuine.
Yeah.
And then she was like, oh, this does exist. Not through compelling, compulsion, manipulation, anything. It was just authentic, and that was him. And she was like, oh my God,
and
good guys
also,
do exist.
She hadn't said she was cold. It was a pure him thinking of her first.
Yeah. He was like, oh, I'll get my... Oh, wow, it's freezing. I'll get my coat. And at first you think for him, but no, it's for her. And it's very sweet.
And then she's like, I'm a vampire, mate. I don't get cold. This is unnecessary. But, like, he's not... I mean, he knows that, but he hasn't... That hasn't come into his thinking about the situation.
Yeah. His first thought is, what's going to make things better for you? Yeah. Obviously, then Cole went after him anyway.
Because he's been riled up to think that he's going to get to have this naughty fun, and that was taken away from him, and obviously he can't deal with that, so he's still going to do it anyway.
In fairness to
little shit.
him, though, hasn't he been in a coffin for quite a long time?
Yeah.
So he's just popped out at, whenever he got put in there.
I do feel like there's a bit of a similarity there with him and with Damon. It's a bit like, we're having like, you must behave, you can't do this, you can't do this, and so he's immediately like,
don't like being told,
I'm going to do that.
Yeah.
You know? Especially as an original, when you're a bit like, well, you can't kill me, what are you going to do?
Yeah.
Klaus not allowed to dagger me, his mum said.
Cookie, yeah. There's some funny bits in
and then obviously Damon stepping in.
Just thankfully, right place, right time for Matt, because I dread to think, obviously, that Matt's nothing to Cole. He's like, whatever. Yeah. But to us, it's like, no. So that was right place, right time for Damon to be there, thankfully.
And Damon didn't save him for any kind of... Well, it's no benefit to Damon to save him.
Well, it's interesting. I think there could be a little bit of potential of, he's Matt, he's decent, leave him alone. But also, it just so happened to be off the back of Damon looking to pick a fight because he was pissed off at something else.
Yeah, it's a tricky one, because there is a part of me that thinks he's looking for a fight and here's a perfect opportunity for one.
Yeah.
And I don't know, I think he may have stepped in anyway.
I think there's potential, because he knows Matt. He's like, Matt. Like,
just because
he doesn't, he still doesn't, whatever Elena said to him, he still doesn't want her to be upset and Matt or whatever.
And he just knows.
And generally Damon's not a sort of kill people for funsy. But recently he's not a kill people for funsy person, is he?
Yeah, but he, like we said, it's the Elena situation. In those situations, he does then lash out. He went and killed the girl, relayed in the middle of the road. He killed Jeremy. So.
Killed Lara, right?
Yeah. Stefan.
He cares. It's sneaking in.
But interesting for him to say that if he lets himself care, obviously it's painful.
Yeah.
So he's obviously fighting a battle.
But there is glimmer there of hope for Elena. And it's interesting because Damon's kind of offering himself up on a plate, like an open nerve, being like, I love you, and if you give, like, I will give you everything. We kind of, I don't know if it's just the audience or if Elena knows that as well, but I feel that with Damon. Yet she's choosing, I think she's choosing the glimmer of hope for Stefan over the guarantee of Damon. It's interesting that I still think she leans more towards Stefan.
I think she still thinks that Stefan is like the safer option, like the sort of better option for her. Like,
I think Damon is more lust and Stefan is more love. I don't know.
Agree that you could say that she's chasing Stefan, she's not chasing Damon.
She's chasing a glimmer of a hope versus a guarantee of love.
But I also wonder whether it's with the two of them looking at what Damon's done, and we know Stefan has also done terrible things, but for her to witness them, she's seen more of Damon's, as more of Stefan's good side. Whether it's also, I think I should be with, not based on maybe emotion, but based on I'm a good person, therefore I should go with the good person. Do you know what I mean? There could be some of that involved.
Maybe.
Yeah, I think there's a little battle going on in her between what I feel I want to do and what I feel I should do. Because I think if she wanted to, she didn't not kiss Damon back, did she?
Yeah.
It's not like he kissed her and she was like, oh no, get off. Yeah. Like, there's something going on there. Like,
yeah, definitely. I think definitely attracted to him and whatnot, but
then I also think she clearly hasn't moved on from Stefan yet. So she's not in a place to pursue something with Damon.
No. I think
so. I'm saying she hasn't. That train has. Whereas you think you're like, oh yeah, but no, that train has not fully left that station.
She hasn't.
That's what I mean. The 180 she's done. She's almost, not meaning to be horrible, but she almost rejected Damon, who literally said, "I love you," for the glimmer of potential from Stefan. Yeah. He fed her a breadcrumb. And I'm not saying that in a way that she's pathetic or anything like that. I'm saying is that I think that's where her love genuinely is. Whereas with Damon, she does love him, but I think it's in more of a lustful way. I don't think it's in the deep, heartfelt way maybe that she does with Stefan. I don't know. Yeah. But she'll never be able to explore it fully if she's still hanging on to that. Yeah.
And her and Stefan have a history.
Yeah.
Also, you said about when Stefan said, she said, I said something I didn't mean. And then he said, so did I.
Because when they were outside, and she said, because you... What was it? She asked, like, oh, if you don't care, you don't care, do you? And he went, no.
The only thing you care about is
that's it.
Klaus.
Yeah. And he went, yeah, you're right. So I think that was him saying, no, I lied.
I think there's a double meaning. Because there's that, but she's talking about with Damon that she said something she didn't mean, and he said, so did I. So I wonder whether he means with Damon, because do you remember when he said about how you care too much and that's a problem? Because when you think back to season 1, all he wanted was for Damon to care and to actually care about people and have some humanity.
Yeah, true.
And now that's happened. You've thrown it back in his face.
Yeah. You can't have it both ways.
Yeah.
Yeah, interesting.
So it could have a double meaning.
Yeah.
Because Stefan and his relationships right now he's having issues in both those relationships. Yeah. So Klaus fancies Caroline.
Do we believe it's genuine?
I think so, because I think he's a bit... You get the impression from the earlier episodes that Klaus is quite suave, bit of a ladies' man, and he's just coming off as really awkward and a bit cringy.
You get rid of all the bravado. You've got no genuine. You've got no genuine game because of just being yourself. Yeah, literally. I love it. I love that she's calling out.
When she turned up and he's like, "You look ravishing," and I was like, "Oh."
Yeah, and she's like, "Oh, whatever."
Yeah.
She's like,
Yeah.
But
love it.
I think that's what's part of the attraction.
I think that is definitely
that
the
sees
chase
through the bullshit.
The chase, and she sees through it, and that's what I mean. I'd be intrigued to know if it's genuine, because I was always interested when I said we haven't seen Klaus be attracted to anyone yet, have we? So we don't know what he's like with the lady in a genuine way. We don't know what he's like with the ladies, or
What I really like is the saying of "I fancy you,"
Yeah.
because
So innocent.
and it's so much more realistic than "I'm in love with you," which
Oh no, you can't
often
jump to that.
Yeah, but
That's
often
a red
shows
flag.
do that, don't
Yeah,
they?
and that's a
Like,
red flag. No, I like that it's and I liked some of his old and timey language where he said, "Oh, so you're not spoken for."
Yeah.
Like, you know, and don't get me wrong, not that he was saying that just because you're not spoken for, that's gives me entitlement to you, but he was sort of saying like, "Oh, so you know, you're not really spoken for," which is quite old and
But she
timey.
tells her how it is. She's like, "Well, I am spoken for, but because of you,
Yeah,
he's
he
had
ain't
to
here.
go off and do whatever. So this is your fault." And
I also think it's
you know.
interesting his. You know how normally we've seen with Klaus, someone says, "Well, you've done this. Well, I had to because you did this. Well, I had to because of this. I have to." It's excuse. When she was calling him out about Tyler and about his hybrid army,
He didn't have anything.
he didn't give her the excuses
no.
because he knows they're not going to wash with her.
Yeah.
And that there isn't an excuse for
Yeah.
what he's doing.
It's interesting. This show, man, loves this show's favourite shape is a triangle. Keeps making all these love triangles. Pick a square. Pick something else.
And also, like, he could just compel her to do whatever he wanted.
I would assume she takes the vein, like Stefan and Damon do.
But it is interesting that he hasn't actually tried. He hasn't even tried.
Like he hasn't.
Maybe there's part of him that does want something genuine.
Potentially wants a genuine connection. Like he knows that she's mad at him, but she still turned up.
Yeah.
Because then when she said, "I couldn't go shopping this early," and he was like, "Yeah, but why are you wearing a bracelet?"
Yeah.
Like, you know, that sort of.
Yeah.
They call each other out, like
Yeah.
a little bit. Like, and I think there is part of her that's a bit.
Caroline loves bougie things. She likes nice things, and I don't blame her for
Yeah.
that. Don't we all? But I think she wants them. She doesn't want to be. "Oh yeah, I'll just marry you because you're rich and handsome." She wants them to be genuine, nice things that she can feel good about having or earning or getting or whatever. You know
she
what I
likes
mean?
nice things, but she can't be bought.
Yeah, exactly. That's
She's
it.
very sort of.
She
I
likes
think
nice
she's
things
kind of.
cannot be bought.
She's enjoying the chase a little bit because, you know, like when she turned around, there was the box, and she's like, but she's like smiling about it. She wasn't just like, "Oh, sod off, mate." Like, she was a bit like,
I
and
don't
then
know
read the
about
note and.
enjoying it, but I think Caroline is a good, nice person at her core. So even someone like Klaus who's done terrible things, she can't just be a bitch to him all the time.
Yeah.
Because if he's showing some kindness to her, she's not just gonna be nasty. That's not her.
Yeah.
So even though I think she's still very much like, "No, you're a bad person," but I am above just being horrible to someone.
Yeah, she's not mean.
Yeah.
Very interesting.
And it's funny, isn't it? Because his note was, "Thank you for your honesty," because no one else is particularly honest with him. Like his family, maybe, but no one else.
because he probably just kills them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I
Or
mean.
if they
So
want
it's
something
not-
from him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's got nothing to gain by just being honest with him.
I think Stefan's honest with him.
Yeah.
But that's different, isn't it? Because that's a different,
Dynamic.
dynamic, isn't it? This is somebody who should technically be terrified of him.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's good. I like that episode. Lots of interesting dynamics.
Gorgeous
going on.
outfits. Yeah. Okay. So that was our reaction to Vampire Diaries Season 3 Episode 14, Dangerous Liaisons. Thanks for watching and we'll see you on the next one.
Bye.